Hey guys, let's talk about trends today. How does a trend form? Trends form after a break of a long consolidation / range where larger players position themselves and smaller traders fill their bags, or after an exhaustion of the opposite trend. Um, you know, Nice example over here. No new lows, no new highs, just a consolidation. And then it pushes through higher highs. Some shorts get blown the f out, and here the next leg, and you can see how violent it can be. Here the big bull trend of 2017. So many stories in one picture, most of them we will be talking about at a later stage. Myself, one big moment over here somewhere where we were close to 10k, and I was like, well, 10k, such a round number, it must be resistance, right? So I got out, and I remember getting back in at around 11k. And here, equal lows, lower highs, breakdown. And over here as well, big stories. One of my biggest trades ever, I would say, I pulled off over here when I played a quarterly rollover, quarterly futures. I will go on in a later stage why I love playing those as well. Well, why do trends start or end and stuff? Open interest builds and soaks until it cannot be contained, or the resting liquidity is pulled or / overwhelmed. Once the toothpaste is out of the tube, it cannot be put back in. Once the trend starts, when stuff starts blowing out, it starts. Here we have net shorts, and over here, all the shorts get absorbed. No new lows, but they keep adding, and once price starts to grind up, funding is probably high. So, while sitting flat, while taking slight losses, because price, grinds up, and they're paying funding, so they're getting slowly squeezed, and over here, you can see it accelerating, and they start getting blown the F out. Here, a little red candle, and they add back right up, and then boom, you can see them shaking out here, and then boom, another leg, and then it really starts pushing, because they don't learn. And over here, little range, and you see them adding, get a little bit confident over here, and then boom, next leg. And that's how trading works, the majority gets F'd. How do I know it's a trend and not a fake out? As long as there's an aggressive imbalance pushing price through resistance / support, the trend will stay intact. And if there's some spot bid, people keep shorting on perps. You have the perfect cocktail to start a trend. And of course, at one point, traders, if some people start if the majority starts longing extremely, there's no problem either, as long as the trend stays intact. But at some point, spot bid will disappear, and price will go sideways, and then they start to get in trouble, with high funding, for example. They're getting slow cooked again because they're paying high funding just to hold their position while price is doing nothing. They're not making profit, anything. And then they all have to unwind, and then that can trigger a sell-off. We talked about it in a previous video. Make sure to check it out. When do trends end? Well, here, just said a little bit already, but trends will end when resting orders start overpowering the market orders consistently. Either the market orders realize price is overextended or run out of money. Then the market reverses until liquidity providers return to the other side. Over here, you can see basically supply. People are, fine to sell over here. And over here, there's bid. They're happy to buy over here. And in the meantime, perp traders get shaken out. Like short stops, get blown out over here. Long stops get blown out over there. At one point, it, either the majority starts longing here, starts shorting here, and then it gets top heavy. over here, we're taking a look at basically the all of history of Bitcoin. And, as an old guy over here, I got in over here early 2013, and we managed to get like 2 bull markets in 1 year. And man, that was a wild ride. That was really a wild ride. Back then, the conditions were completely different. Right now, you have Twitter, you have even websites and news outlets reporting only about crypto or Bitcoin, and even like the MSM is reporting about Bitcoin and everything. Over here, that was not the case. There was always also a big disconnect between the West and the East. You had Western, people basically talking about Bitcoin, and you had Chinese exchanges and everything, and there was a lot of stuff going on there as well. And over here, you had the Mt. Gox blow up. Man, how traumatic was that? A lot of stuff happened over here as well. You can see this wick as well. I remember one trader, Loaded, on Bitcoin Talk. He's arrested, by the way. Just check it out. Loaded was his name. But he got arrested not so long ago. Anyway, he went with a private jet to China to physically arbitrage Bitcoin, basically, with bags full of cash. Really nice stories. You can all look them up on Bitcoin Talk. Loaded is the guy. But in this picture, we saw this crazy grind down and just pain. For me, it was pain, maybe some people made big bucks over here. And then the epic grind up. And over here, of course, the March crash. And here, I think I made the most money, this few months, here. I was long here. Majority was shorting here. And over here, the 2nd of April, everybody was waiting for the 1st of April. It was the end of the quarterly, the end of the monthly, the end of the weekly, and price wasn't doing anything. Funding was very negative, and I remember, I was staying up. I expected it to happen like the 1st of April, but it happened at the night, of the 2nd of April. A big 20% candle in Bitcoin. Over here, we had a little dip. I think it was 5,600, and we went back to 5,200. What happened? Well, there was a Binance hack. Binance got hacked for $48 million, if I remember correctly. And for 24 hours, CZ was denying it on Twitter. And on-chain data didn't lie, So people were the rumor was there, but he denied it. And in the meantime, in the background, he was working on a rollback of the blockchain. And if you don't know what it is, just look it up. Basically making all the transactions of the past 24 hours in the blockchain undone. So that means that the hack wouldn't have happened. I'm glad it didn't happen. Would really F with the reputation of Bitcoin, basically. Because, it's decentralized. Nobody's the boss. That stuff shouldn't happen. Anyway, March stuff. Elon pumped somewhere here, Epic ride. Anything else specific? A lot more stories to come. I have a lot to tell because, Bitcoin changed my life since it was over here. Big roller coaster. Guys, if you have any questions of the stuff I was talking about in this video, please let me know in the comments. It's way easier to answer a question than just talking to the mic, I hope to see you guys soon. And that's about it.